武器なんだよね。
まさか南さん。しかしこれは特 A 級機密で。
死んじゃったら元も子もないんだからさ。一か八かの大勝負ってやつよ。
Hello, and welcome to the Otaku Clubhouse. And this is Sink or Swim. What is Sink or Swim? Well, it's where we discuss anime, video games, movies, and just about whatever media catches our eye. Then give our first impressions of them. From top to bottom, we give our ratings of a swim, a tread, a float, a drowning, and at worst, a sink. Comments are always welcome, and of course, we're waiting to hear what you have to say too. Let's get into it. Alright, so we just finished X-Arm. And
finished?
We just finished watching X-Arm. Shut up. We just finished watching X-Arm, and I would like to know you guys' opinions on it.
I don't know about this Wii shit. Me, Akuma, and Hakaiser were agreeing to watch the first episode of X-Arm, and we did get about 8 minutes into it, and then this Wii shit ended.
I honestly don't even know what to say about it. Look, anyone who's watching this has probably already seen all of the fucking baffling choices of animation, music, and translation to whatever the fuck Visual Flight has done along with Crunchyroll to create this fucking abomination of an anime.
Who is Visual Flight?
They are a company, they're a studio, who, this is literally the only thing they've ever worked on.
So this isn't letting me know who they are and how we can hold them accountable for this garbage.
Dude, this is the only thing they've ever worked on.
This is a pretty bad first impression. Like, this anime, it's like a cyberpunk futuristic, and the first episode actually takes place in 2020. So no wonder it was fucking garbage. But it's a 3D CG anime, and the best animation is in the opening. So
that's really sad.
And the opening was what they used for the preview. So yikes! It's really bad. Like, not only are the models bad, but the animation is obviously bad. The backgrounds are like, I don't understand. Like, you open up Unity and you use the fucking common resources to make this anime.
I would say that X-Arm is possibly the worst looking anime I think I've ever seen.
Oh, and something else is that only the protagonists and the immediate cast are 3D, right? All the NPCs are 2D. Why? What the fuck? Like, it would be one thing if it was bad 3D CG, right? And it would be another thing if it was good 3D CG with bad rigging and like bad animation. But it's both, and for that reason alone, like, it's been such a long time since I actually couldn't complete an entire episode of anime. But goddamn, I'm ready to go into the ratings. If you have anything else to say about it,
no, I got nothing. What did you guys think?
I thought this shit was obviously a fucking sink. There's nothing lower than that. This shit is down there in the Marianas Trench, bro. I haven't seen that many anime that are this bad, let alone, ones that, you had a whole year to do this shit, bro. Like, you had Netflix on your side, and this is what you provided? Come on, no.
Well, not
Netflix, Crunchyroll. Oh yeah, never mind. That's infinitely worse.
Look, Crunchyroll has at least made stuff that looks good. They made God of High School.
Yes, but
there's good God. Ugh. You know, if you haven't watched it, watch the first episode, because that shit's legitimately, like, fucking astounding at how bad it is. Fucking Dragon Booster looked better. Anyone who out there who knows what fucking Dragon Booster is, you know what I mean.
So, hit them with your rating, dog.
I guess that speaks for itself.
Don't ask me dumbass questions, bro. Don't ask me dumbass questions. Don't disrespect me like that ever again. Like, both of y'all on thin ice. You for making me watch this shit, and you for allowing this shit to be played.
What? Allow?
Don't talk to me.
I think this is unanimous sync. Unanimous. Don't even look it up. Don't even look at this review. No, okay. Continue to the next part, please.
Bye.
Here comes a new challenger!
Alright, so coming off the back end of X-Arm, we shove ourselves into another back end, redo of Healer. And for this one, we actually watched the first 2 episodes to give it like a proper, thorough examination. Just for a little disclaimer, pretty sure we're all familiar with this in some way. Me and Akuma read some of the manga, and we also told...
Hey, don't put that bad juju on.
We also told Hakaiser, but I think he might have read the first chapter or something, I don't know. Let's just say, if you had no context of this anime going in, you would think it's just like, oh, it's another fantasy series like Jobless Reincarnation, Konosuba, ReZero, yada yada. You would go in there thinking like, oh man, so we're gonna follow our protagonist and he's gonna seem like meek and meager, but he's gonna get some really cool overpowered ability, and of course there's gonna be JRPG references, and it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice and humble and comfy. Of course, and the first episode kind of sells you on this to an extent.
So, for anyone who, you know, you think back to how many years ago was it now with Shield Hero?
Mm-hmm.
How everybody was just convinced that it was about a fucking woman-hating, despicable main character who has nothing going, and he's just disgusting and everyone hates him, and he's just a fucking incel fantasy. And they also thought the same thing of the first episode of Goblin Slayer.
And I quote some people saying this is the worst thing I've ever seen in an anime. Of course, these are people who pretend to be fans of Berserk, so, you know.
Yeah, you know, Berserk.
But yeah, and all it took for that to happen was for there to be a little bit of, you know, rape and murder in the first episode. Oh, can you imagine those sweet, tender eyes feasting upon this series?
You know, I watched a lot of dark fantasies and stuff like that. Berserk, Game of Thrones. I guess Shield Hero's technically a dark fantasy, even though it's definitely not compared to this. Goblin Slayer.
And
jeez, man.
yeah.
Anyone who's fucking sitting around and complaining about fucking Shield Hero, and they're probably prepared to complain about Shield Hero when it comes back again for a second season. Thank God it's getting a second season. I want you to fucking watch this and see what Shield Hero could have been.
Yeah. Or what they imagined it to be. And they're fucking...
Yeah, this is like... Fucking... This is what everyone... You know, we're getting
way
a
ahead
bit
of ourselves. So let's just talk about... I said this when we were watching it, but I'm like, on a technical aspect, this is a really pretty good product because like I like the sound design, like the music. The voice actors are relatively new, but they're doing a good job. More on that later.
There's one part of the sound design of a specific part that the sound.
Stop. I like the animation. This was made by the studio that made High School DxD, which, you know, that series was, you know what? No. I'm not getting into that. That's a topic for a different discussion. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, well, at first glance, depending on what version of the episodes you watch, you're like, wow, this looks really good.
Yeah. You know, let's talk on that since you did kind of bring it up. There are going to be people who watch this. I'm telling you right now, go watch the completely uncensored version. And even if you're going to watch this for, I don't know why you
To
would,
jerk off.
but if you're watching this for the plot,
plot.
no, if you're watching this for the plot, I don't know why the fuck you would. I have
Even
no
then,
idea.
you wouldn't
What's
want to
wrong
watch
with
the
you?
censored version because this is pretty egregious censoring, like to the point where why don't you just make it an OVA?
Yeah, but like legitimately, you said it. It's so egregious. I've never seen something censored so fucking bad.
It's not just sexual content and nudity like you would think. It's also violence that is very heavily censored. And it's just like, why?
Yeah, I've never seen an anime that has been censored this bad to the point that I'd say it's nearly unwatchable. Like, you know, you're used to seeing the sun rays or the darkness that randomly
Like when
comes out of
Jotaro
nowhere.
smokes a cigarette and it's just very heavily shadowed, but this is even worse. This is way worse.
Yeah, like there's literal scenes that have been cut from it, and you think about scenes that have been cut. Like you think about how there were scenes that were cut from Sword Art Online, where the two girls were getting fucking molested in front of Kirito's one buddy.
A race against the rape buzzer.
Yeah, and you think about that, and you know that those scenes were cut. They were cut, and that drastically shortened the episode's runtime. But what happens in this is the scenes that are cut, you're just forced to look at the fucking background. Like, and I'm not joking, like, it's just, you are forced to look at the background as the camera pans up and down. And it's like, what? Are you fucking...
Like, all the sex sounds are presumably cut out, but you can still hear the voice actors talking, which is... Come on, dude. Come on. It's kind of... It's fucked up, like...
They shouldn't have even aired it.
Why try to get this on
Like,
TV? Like, just...
Yeah! It's like with interspecies reviewers. All over again. Why is this on television?
Interspecies reviewers actually is less censored than this, which is funny.
I'm so confused. Why put this on TV?
Anyways.
Like, I hate to say it like this, but I feel like they're doing justice to what we know happens in it too.
Yeah. And
fucking
the only thing we have yet to talk about are the characters and the plot, and this is pretty much the grunt of whether or not you'll... I'm not even gonna say like it. Like, I'm sure somebody out there likes it. Like, we have a certain friend who likes edgy shit, probably like this. But it's whether or not you find it tolerable or whether you're just like, nah, turn this shit off. Is the characters. So the main character, Kiaru, I don't know if that was his name in the manga. We can't remember. It probably was. We probably just glazed over it. But Kiaru is the protagonist. He is the titular healer of the show. And in this universe, healers get treated like shit. Like how in Shield Hero, the Shield Hero gets discriminated against because people think that, oh, Shield ain't a weapon. Yeah, he ran. Yeah, so Shield Hero, Heal Hero gets treated like shit. Tortured, tormented, all sorts of things. And this is actually like a Groundhog's Day / starting my life over from a certain point in time, and he wants to get revenge on all the people who wronged him. So this is the incel fantasy that the Twitter feminist that Shield Hero was.
Yes, 100%.
And to do so, We also get introduced to some of his party members. Primarily, the primary antagonist, if I can even say that, is Flair, the pink-haired girl. And I say primary antagonist, but she gets taken care of pretty quickly. Let's just say that. In more than one way.
Yes. It's the kind of getting taken care of, only like the idea could have only been came up with by a edgy 13-year-old who got bullied all the time in high school. And it's not even like, I feel like it's not even the kind of thing where it's like you got bullied in high school, because like, I fucking got bullied in high school. I didn't think of shit like this.
Right. At most, you think of killing them. Don't incriminate yourself.
Let's drop pretenses here, alright? In high school, you get fucking bullied. You think you're gonna fucking, like you have dreams of fucking beating the shit out of the fucking kids who bullied you and shit like that, right?
I guess.
But you don't think of shit like this. This is some fucking dark place, like, you have some fucking deep-seated issue shit.
Okay. Alright, now, it's time for me to jump in. Alright, now see, y'all was following the manga. Y'all was talking about it, yada, yada, yada. Alright. I ignored y'all just like I usually do, because I don't like to hear what y'all talk about, you know? But I kept a mental note about this series. I said, yeah, if they get some anime, I'll check it out. And, you know, as usual, I'm watching it. I'm nodding my head, okay, that's going on. Y'all are sitting there screaming about it, scared, act like the apocalypse happening. And I'm just like, okay. I sit through the first episode, I don't say nothing. I sit through the second episode, don't say nothing. I actually am interested in this show. I think that it is a very good comedy. Now see, me, I think it's funny. I think the main character is a funny ass dude. I think the situations are hilarious. I think that it's not some fucking school slasher who's bullied hard in school and is making his ultimate revenge fantasy.
Yeah.
No, I think this dude is going to an extreme. I'm talking about the director or the writer or whatever. The writer of the series is going to an extreme part of what he believes a tormented and tortured main character will do. And I think that it's kind of fucked up for you to say that there's something wrong with this writer when just because the show is like not deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we go to the same logic that you're using for something like Berserk, right? Berserk is a good manga, great writing. Well, it was. Now it's shit because Miura is fucking dead and his fucking study is writing, but that's neither here nor there. Berserk has some really, really, really messed up shit in it, right? But since the manga is like good, it's objectively a good manga, well written, great art.
I would.
You look past it and just say, "Oh, he's a genius," right? But this dude is just trying to have fun.
That's gonna
it's
be
a
your
fun
epitaph.
show.
That's gonna be.
It's a fun show,
completely 100% empathize with Hot Kaiser in this moment, knowing only what he knows. Right? Me and Akuma are coming from a place with a little bit more context. That's why we're digging on it so hard. But I will agree with you that it's not necessarily from what you've seen, you know, a fucked up writer. If you just wanted to have like an edgy, great fantasy, you know what? So be it, right? I'm more so thinking that the difference between this and like a Berserk or like a Made in Abyss or something like that is that there's like purpose towards the darkness, and in this one the only purpose is self-satisfaction. So it's not having anything to do with, you know, their mentality or not. It's just what they use it for.
That and the fact that the characters in this are so fucking one note. Like, everyone in this is just evil.
Ooh, I hate people and I rape people. Ooh, I want revenge and I rape people. I'm poor and I don't rape people.
You can argue that the main character has a little bit more going on, but I would say that he's two-note. Because there's the, I actually, my feelings, I have feelings. I don't explain or show any other feelings aside from not having an emotion at the moment. And then rape.
Yeah.
and then all of the villains are just unironically super duper evil.
That, you know what? That's fair.
I think that lends itself to the type of show it's trying to be. I think it is not. I think it's supposed to be just a fun, ridiculous show. I really do. I think it's supposed to be absolutely absurd.
If we keep watching, we gotta find the uncensored version to keep watching.
Yeah, because unironically, like, not even for wanting to see a pair of fucking
Just
tits.
so the show won't be
the
butchered.
censored version. Yeah, like it's like we said, it's fucking unwatchable.
I guess it's time to give our little ratings. Akuma, you go first.
I'm giving it a sink.
Okay. For me, you know, on technical aspects alone, I'm not gonna count the censorship against it. By the way, I'm just gonna go by, you know, the technical aspects, what kind of anime is, the writing, yada yada yada. Man, technically, I gotta give this a float. And just because I'm not into it doesn't mean it's like I should recommend people away from it or not recommend people watch it. Just whatever you do, watch the normal version of it. Don't watch the censored version. Hawkeyes, are you ready?
Alright, this might be controversial. I'm supposed to be a hero of justice, you know what I'm saying? Still courage, you know what I'm saying?
Just so you
Still
know, this
heart,
will
you know
live
what I'm saying?
forever on the internet.
I'm entertained, bro. This is a funny show. It's entertaining. I might have to give it a fucking boat ride, bro. I'm having fun watching this. It's funny. It's ridiculous. I did not expect a show like this. It is hilarious. It's a comedy. Probably the best comedy that's come out of the season so far, bro. I'm gonna keep watching it, even if y'all niggas don't. I'm gonna sit here laughing my ass off at this show.
That's the contrast between X-Arm and fucking Redo of Healers. It's like, do you want a really shit product that's really delivered to you shittily, or do you want like a morally shit product that's really done well? So I guess we'll see you guys in the next SOS.
Maybe.